Hello and welcome. This is It's Always About Love, and I'm Life Coach Lee Evans. I'm here with psychotherapist Lynn Lara. Lynn has been in private practice for many years, and today she brings all of that wisdom and experience to help you. We are here to answer your relationship questions. It's our desire to help you and make what you learn from this podcast usable in your life right now. Do you have a situation or a concern? Send an email to us to it's always about love, the number 1 at gmail.com. Now let's get started. Are you there, Lynn?
Of course I am. Of course I am. How
I am
are
good.
you?
I am really good. Yes, I'm
Yeah?
making goulash. Well,
How
I'm
come?
making a special goulash with secret ingredients that I cannot share with anybody, and it smells so good.
That's nice to hear, Jan. Why don't you tell them why you can't tell anyone?
Because it was a special recipe that was given to me with a very special ingredient that I'm not
Oh
supposed to
my
share.
gosh. It's my recipe, you guys. Jan is just being very dramatic. It's my recipe, and I made this recipe when my daughter was 6 months old, and she was getting christened on that day in the Catholic Church. And then everybody came back to my husband's in my apartment, and I had made goulash in a huge, enormous tub, and it turned out great. And it was my own recipe. I made it up as I went along. So it's been a recipe. And I'm not giving it to any of you, but I gave it to Jan. Jan, do you want to tell them why I gave it to you? Other than because I really love you a
Well,
lot?
I've been estranged from my
Oh, you don't have to talk about
no,
that
not
if you
really.
don't want to. You
But
want
I
to?
found out we have a new baby in the
Okay.
family, and so it's always been a tradition of people that I knew that whenever there was a new baby in the family, people would pitch in and they'd make them meals for the first couple weeks so that the parents could take care of the new baby. And so that's what I'm doing, and that's why Lynn gave me the recipe so that I could make her special ingredient goulash.
Yeah. And the next recipe, because I have all these recipes, there's only like about 5. The next recipe is going to be for delicious potato salad that I'm going to give her. And the recipe after that, if she wants it, is going to be for split pea soup, which is really delicious. And the recipe after that is going to be for my own special chocolate cake, which is so good I can't believe it. And the recipe after that will be for bread pudding. And then I'm done. That's
Wow.
about 5 of them, I think, 5 or 6. So Jan's going to be cooking. Oh, and she has to stay on my
That's
good
true.
side or I won't give her these recipes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
how are you,
I'm
Jan?
very
You
happy,
happy, baby?
and I can't wait to see the new baby. Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. That is so
Well,
exciting.
thank you. I appreciate
Congratulations,
that.
Grandma.
It's so nice to be a grandma.
Well, you're already a
4.
grandma. This will be your 3rd time, is that right? 4th? Oh my
Thank you.
gosh. I'm so happy for you, honey.
Yes, we may get
Okay,
started.
shall we get started? Why don't you choose which?
I think you
Did you
called me
just call me
darling.
darling? No, I didn't call you darling, but I would. It wouldn't bother me a bit.
Okay, choose a
Listen,
letter.
choose a letter.
Okay, well,
A note.
yeah,
Choose
they
a
are
note.
notes.
Yeah.
Let's see. We will choose. Do you want to do a big one? Okay. Well, this is a big one. It
No, it's up
says,
to you.
me and my boyfriend have been together for nearly 8 months, and things have been really difficult. Our relationship didn't start off well. I had been in another relationship for 6 months before this one. My boyfriend was a cheater, but I stayed with him longer. When I first met the guy I'm with now, he was totally sweet. We really enjoyed each other's company, but unfortunately our relationship was sworn to secrecy. Oh my gosh, it sounds like the goulash. Because one of my best friends said he was in love with me. I didn't want to hurt.
That was fun.
Well, I'll
Wait.
read back over it.
Somebody was
We really
okay.
enjoyed each other's
That doesn't
company.
make
This is
sense.
the
Okay, go ahead.
boyfriend that she's with. But unfortunately, our relationship was sworn to secrecy because one of my best friends said he was in love with me. She says, I didn't
So
want
why
to
would
hurt
it be
my
sworn
friend's
to? Why
feelings,
would
so I
she be
just
sworn to
tried to
secrecy?
avoid the subject and didn't tell him the truth. This made things extremely awkward and hard on my new boyfriend, and we ended up being pushed apart. It got worse. My dad told me that my new boyfriend was going to cheat on me because he had went off to college. This was my worst nightmare. Things started to get out of hand. I kept breaking up with him because I just had this image in my head of me being hurt. One night he told me he was in someone's dorm until 4:30 a.m. and he wouldn't tell me if it was a boy or a girl. Stuff got better. I had therapy to try and help my anxiety about the situation. It worked. My best friend who said he was in love with me got a girlfriend. I told him everything and things started to be quite good. Around Christmas time, things started to get difficult again. My best girlfriend and my boyfriend were constantly talking on Facebook. She would tell me daily what they were talking about, really trying to rub it in my face. One day I went out with them and they started play fighting in front of me. I felt sick. I hated it. The next few months were awful. I dreaded going out if they were both there. At my 20th birthday, they started flirting, so I drank loads, trying to block it out. Instead of looking out for me when I was ill, my friend went up to my boyfriend, who was on his own, and started flirting with him. In the end, I asked my friend to back off. She hates me for it and still does. Things between me and my boyfriend were difficult. I took him to my mom's 40th. She says I hadn't seen my family in 7 years. My boyfriend got really drunk. The reason I took him with me is because I needed someone to be there for me. The last couple of months have been the worst. My boyfriend admitted to me that he'd lied about a lot of stuff. I found out he was doing stuff behind my back with girls, calling other girls. I felt sick. I felt like I'd been let down. I didn't know him anymore. I don't know what to do. He tells me that he loves me, and he said he did that for attention because he felt he'd lost me. I really like him, but at the moment I'm so unhappy. There's nothing left. If we're both willing to try, is it worth it?
What do you
Well,
think?
I guess if they're both willing to try, then it's worth a try.
I agree. I agree. And we have to have new rules. We got no dating anybody else. If they want to be together in a relationship, that's easy. That's easy. I mean, sure, it's worth it. Doesn't sound as if they've ever had that kind of an agreement yet. And if you, sweet person who listens to us, one of the 2,000 people who's listening to us right now, I'm teasing from yesterday. We have 2,000 people who listen to this
We
program.
do.
That is really
We have a
exciting.
new number.
Do we have a
We're
new number
steadily
today?
moving up. So yes, we are above, way above 2,000 now. Okay.
Jeez. Find out if you can. But anyway, so listen, of course it's worth it. The two of you haven't had agreements before, but you've both got to agree to be faithful to the other. Keep friends out of it. And day by day, see how it goes. I mean, you have nothing to lose other than a relationship that wasn't working.
I agree.
So, sure, honey, go ahead and try if that's what you want to do.
Yes, I do.
Do you agree, Jan? Excuse me, Lee, I called you somebody else's name. Do you agree, Lee? Yeah, me too. And that was a nice long letter, and I thank you. But yes, go ahead. You have nothing to lose. And I hope that both of you, one day at a time, come out of it being in love and wanting to be together and making it work. But you haven't really done that yet. No more talking to your best friends who are secretly wishing that they had your boyfriend. That's what it sounded like to me was going on. Don't do that anymore. Be faithful to each other. Tell him, yes, but we got to be faithful. Yes, and I hope you make it. I
No, I
really,
agree with
really
you.
do. How
I agree.
exciting. Do you have anything else you want to add, Lee? Okay. Okay, good. Me too. And we both wish you happiness. Boy, that would be nice. I bet you listeners are surprised by my answer, but why not? You guys, why not? I like it. So,
Oh,
okay,
I'm not
and
able
write
to
to
do
us
that
if
right
you
now
want
because if
to
I
and
do,
tell us
I'll
how it's going.
yeah, I'd have to close
Okay.
out.
Did you find out our new total, Lee? Okay, because you'd have to close out,
Right.
wouldn't you? Yeah, no, don't close out. Please don't close out. So you won't know until tomorrow. The rest of you
I can
won't
read
know
it.
until tomorrow. We're just real
It's
excited about how many people are tuning in.
well,
Now,
if you
we
want to,
have
go
another
ahead. I'll
letter.
let you do it.
Do you want to read it, babe?
I love listening to you read.
You can if you want to. If not, I will. You will? Uh-oh. You do. It says, hi. I have been living with my boyfriend for a year, and he is always telling me he doesn't believe I still want to live with him. Now that hurts me a lot, as I have tried to let him know how much I wish to be there and how lucky I am to have him. But it seems like nothing I say matters. He has this in his head, and that's it, meaning that he doesn't believe her when she tells him she wants to be with him. I am getting very tired of trying to convince him to believe me, and sometimes I just want to give up trying and leave. We are 49 and 53. Oh, what a nice surprise. 49 and 53. Both of us have been married multiple times, and he has a 17-year-old son
Well,
who also lives with us. My children are
I'm
grown.
wondering
Any help?
why the boyfriend,
What do you
this
think,
is
Lee?
just me thinking, why would he not believe it? Would it be maybe he doesn't feel he deserves someone special in his life? I'm asking you.
I know you are. Well, yeah, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Stay with him. Just stay with him. Eventually, it may go away, it may not. He's insecure. Just stay with him and keep on telling him how wonderful he is. If that's the way you feel, don't end the relationship because of this. Uh, You guys, stay together. What about no alcoholism today that I'm picking up? That's funny, because usually we have something alcoholic anyway. Listen, let me read it again. I've been living with my boyfriend for a year, and he is always telling me he doesn't believe I still want to live with him. That hurts me a lot, as I have tried to let him know. Okay, that's a good key. Don't get hurt. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with his insecurity. So stop getting hurt because you can't convince him. You haven't been able to convince him yet that you really mean it when you say you want to be with him. That's his problem. It's not yours. It has nothing to do with you. And so what I want you to do, sweet listener, one of our 2,000 listeners or more, I'm being corny, ignore that. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's his problem, and it's his insecurity, and it's painful for him. So one of the things that you might say is, honey, I know, because let's see, he's always telling me he doesn't believe. Okay, and what you can say is, honey, I know that you're having a hard time believing me when I tell you how crazy I am about you, but I am, and I just want you to know it. And, it's okay with me if you don't believe me, but I am telling you the truth. I think you're wonderful. So make it okay, his insecurity, because it's his. Don't tell him he's being insecure. Just say, I know you have a hard time accepting it, but it's okay, baby. Eventually, we'll get so that you believe me. It'll be okay. I just love being with you. Please, listener, don't end a relationship because of something like this. I'm going to say at your age, it may be true or it may not be true, but let's just say it's true for right now. At your older age, for both of you, it's harder for the two of you to find a relationship to be in. And what a wonderful blessing that the two of you have found each other. Probably in his past, he's gotten hurt, or it may even go back to his early childhood. And don't be
It
surprised if
sounds
that's
awesome.
true, but just keep on reassuring him that you love him and you're crazy about him, and he's the most wonderful thing that's ever come into your life. How does that sound to you, Lee? Good. I'm glad. Excuse me. The other thing is that there's a 17-year-old boy living with the two of you, and you'll be teaching him, because what he's learning from his dad, if he's his dad's son, let's see, and both of us have been married multiple times. Oh, and he has a 17. What he's learning from his dad is to be insecure. What he'll learn from you is to believe you, that you really do love his dad. So you're killing two birds with one stone, and they couldn't be doing a better thing, because he's going to be insecure in his relationships, if he has any right now. Multiple times. Don't end it. Don't end it. Don't do it again. Sounds like both of you, because you said it was both of you, have something going on where you get into lots of relationships. So, sweet listener, for you, this is going to be a good thing for you not to end the relationship. And it isn't worth ending anyway, just because he's insecure. Help him become secure.
Yes.
It's good for you. I
Oh no,
love
I
you.
thought that was
I love
awesome.
you,
But
new
we've
listener.
had
I'm so glad you wrote
two
to us.
different
This
listeners,
feels good.
and
There's all kinds of
basically
hope,
we've told them
by
to
the way.
stay and where they're
Anything
at
you want to
and
say,
stay in
Lee?
love. I did not expect it.
Yeah.
But it's always about love.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Good.
It's okay. I want people to, yes, I want people to stay together. And if there's alcoholism involved, then in order to stay together, somebody has to get sober. So that's why when alcoholism was mentioned in the last several letters that we've received, I had to address that first. But in both these notes, there isn't any talk of alcohol at all. And if there was, I'm sure you'd be honest with me and tell me. And if it turns out you just didn't mention it, think about it. It's okay. But these relationships sound fine. Normal things. Somebody's insecure, just overlook it, stay together. Both of you have been in lots of relationships. So for you, dear listener, I want you to stay, because you look for easy outs. I don't want you to get out of it. Stay. This relationship is not worth giving up. Yeah. And as you get older, you're going to find that you want to stay because it's not as easy to find someone. So I know of people who have been older and they have stayed for the
Well,
first
there's
time
one
in their
thing that
life,
I know you wanted
and
to
it's
talk
been
about. It was
wonderful
about
for
your
them.
good
It's
friend, a
okay.
psychologist friend.
Trust
There was a
us.
story.
Trust me and Lee. Me and Thee. Huh, Lee? Good. What are we going to do now? We're done. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, and alcoholism. We used to, when I was in Seattle, we used to have lunch. Oh, once every couple of weeks, once a month. It was great. He's my old friend. And I used to say, we'd talk about cases, and he'd mention somebody was drinking too much in his case, one of his clients, patients, and I'd say, they got to get sober. And finally, one day he said, Lynn, look, I have to disagree with you. I truly believe that all they have to do is cut down on their drinking and everything is going to be fine. And I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, you get to do that. They're your patients. But I want to let you know that I disagree. I don't think it's going to work. We didn't make a bet. I wish we would have, because I would have made a lot of money. About 6 months later, he brought it up again and he said, it didn't work. They never cut down. In fact, they began to drink more. And I said, that's because you threatened the addict that was inside of them. And so what the addict did, the addict meaning the person who was the alcoholic and did not want to give it up. What happened when they were told just cut it down was they began to drink more because their ability to drink was being threatened. So I won. I wish I'd bet a whole bunch of money, but I didn't make a
Well, it's a
cent
good.
off of it. And
We can.
he
We can.
said, you're right,
Yes.
Lynn, they have to quit altogether and they have to get into a 12-step program. And his whole
I'm
practice
excited.
changed
I have to go
as
finish my
far as
goulash,
people who came in
and I
and
can
drank
smell
too
it. The
much. How
smell's
nice.
drifting into where I'm at. It
So
smells so
that's
good.
my story, Lee.
And
Is it time for us to end now?
cooking.
Is it time? No? Okay. Okay. So is there anything you want to say about
Yes.
uh Lee wants to quit so she can
Yes, it is.
she can finish up her big dish. She's going to take a great big pot of goulash to her family's house. Isn't that wonderful, you guys? I'm not talking to you, Lee. I'm talking to my listeners. all all 2,000 of them. Ah, Yeah, it's a good day. So, you guys keep on writing. We
That's
love
right.
to hear from you.
Thank you,
And you
listeners.
talk about
And we
what
look
you want
forward
to
to
talk
hearing
about.
from other
And
listeners. Keep
God,
the emails
this
coming.
is just a wonderful
Remember,
thing.
the address is
I want
email
to let
address.
you know that.
It's always
I look
about
forward
love, the
to
number
4
one
o'clock each
at
day when Lee and
gmail.com.
I meet
We will be
and
back tomorrow, Thursday,
we do
5
our
p.m.
show.
Pacific time.
Dun,
Until
dun, dun,
tomorrow,
dun.
remember,
Right, Lee?
it's always about love. And yes, we
Yeah,
do.
we do.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And we do love you. Bye-bye.